Mera Na.
Hey guys, it's your girl DJ Sims. I'm alongside DJ Limelight, and I thought, it's the beginning of the week. Why not touch on what a crazy weekend it's been for global music?
Yeah, crazy, and for those who don't know what we're talking about, I don't know what planet they're on, because, especially for Asians around the world, like we're talking Steel Banglez literally doing the mission impossible of getting Sidhu Musala, rest in peace each and every time, linking up with Burna Boy to drop a real iconic record. Do you know the name?
Mera Na.
Jeez. So, it's a big tune. I mean, culturally, what it's done for our people, brown people, I think is definitely woken a lot of people up around the world, not only as to who Sidhu is, but also what our culture is about. But what's your thoughts on the record first and foremost?
I think it's sick. I think it's a great way to pay tribute to Sidhu. I think it's a great way to combine the two cultures. Having someone like Burna Boy, such a different sound to Sidhu, I think the way it's been put together, I think is great.
Do you know what's crazy? When you say two cultures, we're talking about African culture right now, which is absolutely dominating music when it comes to the Afrobeat sound. Burna Boy is the king of that. And he's absolutely, gigantic when it comes to numbers, when it comes to heat, when it comes to relevance. And then you got the Sidhu Musala situation where it's obviously he's passed away, it's coming up to nearly a year now.
Yeah.
And the numbers are crazy, but the story is so sad in terms of the tragic ending to him. But then what I find really interesting about this record is the fact that it's come from a British Asian producer like Steel Banglez. And if anyone was going to do it, it had to be him.
It had to be him. Yeah,
definitely.
I really like the way it's just been put together.
Yeah.
And even in terms of the visuals, I know we were speaking about this off camera, but the visuals, the way it's just been all put together is just I think it's really nice.
I think it had to be that way too as well visually. And I was quite intrigued to see that because funny enough, last year at some point, I think we was at a wedding booking and one of Banglez's guys, shouts to V, he played us the record.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And I feel like we were intrigued to see how that project will come out visually. And then looking at the video, I feel like it's kind of deep because it's got an emotional attachment to the record now because the visuals are so deep and it's so focused on Sidhu Musala as a person, but also as an influence on the culture. But in terms of the sound, what's your opinions on the actual record in terms of the way it sounds?
I think, personally, I think Burna Boy's bit, I think I could have given a little bit more.
Yeah?
I think from Burna Boy.
That's deep, man. Why are you saying that?
But I personally think that because...
No, but what makes you think? Because you know what, actually, a couple of people have said that to me. I'm not going to lie. A couple of people have kind of made that comment.
I don't think I fully understand what he was maybe trying to say or talking about. But I think when you listen to a Burna Boy record or when I listen to a Burna Boy track, and I love Burna Boy, I love all of his music, I just don't think it gave that same Burna Boy vibe, which I kind of was hoping. I was like... Yeah,
you're still gassed over Last.
I'm still gassed over On the Low.
That's crazy.
And that's really old.
Them tunes are so rinsed.
I know. But anyways, I just don't think it gave that same Burna Boy energy that I personally love listening to. I was kind of expecting it. I was like, it's a massive collab. I hope Burna Boy has that same original Afrobeat kind of sound.
Would you say it's more down to it's more of a statement record that these guys have actually collaborated?
Yeah.
Rather than the sound of the record. Because me personally, when it comes to the sound of it, my favorite thing about the record is the production.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I know Banglez takes a lot of pride in how his music sounds, especially production wise. I really like the flute sound and all of that. And I feel like it could only go in this direction because of Sidhu Musala's situation. But there was a question that I know you were itching to ask me was about the clubs.
Yeah. Yeah. So obviously, being a DJ, are you going to play this song in the clubs?
Boy, it's a tough one for me because there's certain songs especially in the Desi scene, in the South Asian scene and globally that, you wouldn't expect to play in the clubs, but they go off in the clubs. And you know that too, right?
Yeah.
Like there's certain tunes that you would expect to be like quite mellow and kind of laid back. Like I was comparing it to Bear Wafa. I think Bear Wafa, like I was actually at the video shoot of that. I remember with Cans like years ago, and like I think it was like 2009 times and that they were shooting it in a hotel somewhere in Mayfair, and like he had the snake and everything on him, and you know what I'm saying, and like, but even down to that is like I'd never ever thought that song could get played in a club.
Yeah.
Never even crossed my mind.
But it's like now it's a massive sing-along. Like I love playing that at the end of my set, for example, for everyone just to, you know, everyone's like coming to the end of the night, just getting in their feels. It could be one of those tracks. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe have to test the waters there.
Yeah, I've seen a couple DJs getting their feels at that time of the night too, man. It's not pretty. But you know, but you know what? Yeah, like, well, funny enough, like even Beowulf, I'll play in the middle of my set. If it's a Desi night I'm doing, like, I'll literally bang it in the middle and then I'll just quickly switch it into something hype, like a Sheckwares or something, or one of them bait tunes. But like, this record, I think is down to like how the people perceive it, because if someone in the crowd wants to hear the record, then you know they don't just want to hear that record because it's such a slow record. It's not crazy slow, but it's not hype. But it's like, I just think it's a song that people are gonna want to sing along to. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean?
It's actually funny because literally the other night, on Saturday night, actually, I was DJing, and when I got home, I didn't see it at the time, but when I got home, I saw a request in my DMs, and the request actually said, hey, can you play Mera Na?
Oh, man.
By Sidhu. And I was like, obviously I didn't see that at the time. Like I wasn't
That's
actually
crazy.
thinking of even playing it because I was like, number one, it's so fresh. Even though everyone's probably heard it by then, I was like, I just didn't know whether it would go in that
That's
crowd.
crazy.
Because, yeah, I just didn't know if it was too slow. I was a bit hesitant. But I guess people do want to hear it.
So at your next Desi gig, is that something you're gonna try?
I think it's something I'm going to play.
Yeah, I think it needs a little intro on that one.
Yeah.
You know, I always get onto you about getting onto the mic.
Yeah.
I
Just
think
maybe saying a little 1-2 on the mic.
A little hype thing. But yeah, I love the record. I want to give a special mention to Banglez because I feel like that brother there has always included his culture and the color of his skin in his presence, in his music. But like, to achieve that level of collaboration on a record, what was it? Something like in the first 24 hours, it got the most views.
In the
on
first
YouTube.
15 minutes, it hit 1 million views.
Mad.
That's like crazy.
And another point actually I wanted to make about that is you got to remember that came out on the same day as a new Drake record.
Yeah.
Like that in itself proves the powers, you know what I'm trying to say? And I think people need to wake up and realize that come from a British producer. Forget British, Asian. That's a UK producer that's done probably one of the biggest international collabs of all time.
It's actually crazy what he's done. And I think like he's always done it, especially with 47. That was probably one of the first times I was like, wow, this collab is insane. And that was even before I was a DJ or like had a musical knowledge like that. But yeah, I'm sure this one's going to get as big as 47, maybe even bigger.
Definitely. I'm definitely intrigued to hear more music that Banglez has got stashed away. I know he's got that album coming out, so big up to him each and every time. Yeah, man, good vibes all around, man. That's a big record right there.
100%. So there you guys have it. The new single by Steel Banglez featuring Sidhu Musiala, Burna Boy, Mera Na. Make sure you go check that out. Thank you guys for watching.